Hello students, now today we will discuss about the quantum mechanical model. The quantum mechanical model deals with the quantum mechanics. And what is quantum mechanics? Quantum mechanics is such a branch of chemistry or science which deals with the study of dual nature of matter. Okay, dual nature means wave nature as well as particle nature. Okay. So today we will discuss about the quantum mechanical model, in which we will discuss about the wave mechanical part also. Okay. Schrodinger equation, that is wave mechanical model or wave mechanical part. The quantum mechanics, it was developed by Schrodinger as well as Heisenberg. Okay, Heisenberg also gave the uncertainty principle, and Schrodinger, he actually explained everything. Okay. So what he told, we will discuss. Schrodinger actually, he told that not only the light but also the different particle of matter must also have the wave nature. And electron is also having a wave nature in an atom, and that's why he gave the concept of atomic orbital also. Okay, he gave an equation. उन्होंने एक equation दिया, that was del square psi upon del x square, del square psi upon del y square plus del square psi upon del z square plus 8 pi square m upon h square e minus v into psi is equals to 0. So he gave such an equation. Okay, here these x, y, z, these are the coordinates, that is x, y and z means three coordinates in the three axes, three dimensions. Okay, h is the Planck constant, m is the mass of electron or mass of particle, pi, you know the value of pi, and E total energy, V over here it is equal to potential energy of electron, and the psi, this is known as the wave function of an electron. Okay, what is wave function? The wave function of electron, it is generally represented by the amplitude of a wave. Suppose this is a wave, and that's why this amplitude, this maximum amplitude is represented by the psi. It is the wave function of electron, and also it can be represented by the amplitude of the wave. Now one thing is there, this wave function actually represents the function means amplitude of a wave, but it do not gives any idea about the probability of finding electron in an atom. Okay, but when he solved the equation and he calculated the square of psi, then he got some drastic changes, some drastic values, and this psi square, it is called as probability density or probability amplitude, because the square of psi, it was giving idea about the intensity of electron in an atom. Okay, means at a particular place it was just describing the intensity of finding electron in an atom. So the square of psi, it gives the idea about the probability of finding electron in an atom by giving the idea about the intensity of electron. Now he got that whenever the value of psi square was more, means if its value increases, then the probability of finding electron in an atom also increases. But in case if the value of psi square is 0, then that means that the probability of finding electron in an atom is also 0. So he observed that in an atom there are certain spaces where the value of psi square is 0, and here at these places the electron finding probability is 0, and he used the term node for these planes called node or nodal plane. So node or nodal plane are those regions where the electron finding probability is 0. Okay, now about the Schrodinger. Schrodinger also gave a equation form, that is he gave h cap into psi is equals to E psi. Means he also gave a differential equation. This was a differential equation. Okay, actually this is the Hamiltonian operator. Operator means just like plus minus, means mathematical operators are there which we are using. So in the same way the Hamiltonian operator is there, which you will use in further classes in mathematics. Okay, so when he calculated means this equation, solved this differential equation, in that case he got some values. He got some values which were, and these all values were representing the different energy levels for an electron. Okay, so after solving, these were actually representing several different type of energy level values in an atom. Okay, after means if there are means he was solving this equation, and in this equation he was using the wave function also. So by using these wave function in all things in the equation, he was able to get the value of different energy levels for an electron. And that's why if electron is associated with different energy level, then it is important and it was must that it must also associate with the wave function also, or it must also have the wave nature. Okay, because we are calculating these energy level values from these wave functions. Okay, so that means electron is also having the wave properties. And in this way, he gave the concept of atomic orbital. He discarded the concept of orbit for some time, and he told that actually in an atom, atomic orbital is there. And what is atomic orbital? Around the nucleus, a three-dimensional space is there. Like this is a nucleus. So around the nucleus, a three-dimensional space is there where the electron finding probability is maximum. And this three-dimensional space, it is called the atomic orbital. Okay. And in case of, if we are just comparing it with the atomic orbit, so it is the atomic orbital. And what is atomic orbit? In case of orbit, means it is just like a circular path where the electrons revolve and electron finding probability is there. But he told that if nucleus is there, then around the nucleus continuously, just like a ball, means just like a ball, a space is there, a spherical space is there where the electron finding probability is maximum, and this is called the atomic orbital. In this way, a concept of atomic orbital arises. Students, now we will discuss about some difference between the orbit as well as orbital. What is the difference between atomic orbit and what is the difference between atomic orbital? Since we know that what is atomic orbit, just like the solar system, sun is there and the planets are revolving on a particular plane, okay, on a 2D axis. So just like that, the orbit is there. So it is a two-dimensional path around nucleus where electron revolves. Okay, and it represents the planar motion. Planar means the motion is in a plane. The orbits are circular, means the path is circular, and as well as non-directional, means it is we can't tell or represent or discuss about the direction, particular direction of an orbital. There is no particular direction because the path is circular. Okay, now electrons present in orbit is given by 2n square. Okay, it was given by Bohr. Okay, so the number of electrons present in an orbit, they are 2n square. Now let's come to the orbital concept. What is an orbital? Atomic orbital is the space around a nucleus, 3D space around a nucleus where the probability of finding electron is maximum. This is called the orbital. And it is in atomic orbital, the electron shows the 3D motion. Okay, it doesn't matter, means in atomic orbit if we are considering the electron is moving like this only. But in case of orbital, may be possible that electron is moving like this, electron is moving like this, means in any way the electrons continuously move in 3D motion. Now orbitals are of different types. They are of S, P, D, F, G is also there. Means continue, but we will study about the 4 only. S orbital is having spherical shape. P orbital is having dumbbell shape, that we will discuss. D orbital is having double dumbbell and F orbital is having complex shape. Orbitals are directional as well as non-directional. S orbital is non-directional. Non-directional, it does not represent any particular direction because around the nucleus a spherical space is there. So it is spherical in shape, that's why it represents no direction. But these actually represent a particular direction in which the electrons are present. And in a single orbital, the number of electrons present are only 2 electrons. So this is the difference between orbit and orbital.